Next message.
Jim, this is Jason. Give me a call back when you get this. I wanted to talk to you about October stuff for the podcast. Split Tooth is doing a whole month of horror movie posts and stuff, and I'm gonna write some stuff for them. But they also want us to do a special episode of Cinesthesia, maybe on Exorcist 3, or maybe on a different movie if you want, just like they want a deep dive episode on some horror movie. Real Rap is doing a couple of those, so maybe we could do something like that. I also have this other idea for something a lot dumber, but yeah, give me a call back. I'll talk to you about it. It's too stupid to leave on a voicemail. It's something we definitely shouldn't do. But yeah, give me a call. I'll tell you about it. Okay, bye.
Next message.
Jason, I worry that you started this project with some kind of intent, but I'm a nihilist, baby. I'm an artistic anarchist. I believe in jokes for joke's sake. And I'm afraid I've pushed it too far, and you've lost touch with your Mississippi roots.
Sorry, I just had to clear my throat. Welcome back for the final time.
Wait, why? Where are we going?
We're going to hell, Jim.
Woo! Finally.
This is it. This is what you've all been waiting for and dreading and crying about. This is the final
Gnashing,
episode.
wailing.
This is the final episode of Hell to the King. It's Big 31. Happy Halloween,
Happy
everybody.
Halloween, everybody.
Hope you got lots of candy.
Jason,
hope you got a mask on.
I learned from the carrot episode not to eat on the podcast, but I did bring along a lot of candy that I can just unwrap slowly through the full episode. Like I said, I could do this the whole time. I don't know if that's... Just so there's candy around, for everyone. Now it smells like chocolate in here, though, and I shouldn't have done that.
I had a student in my class open up a Kit Kat the other day, and it had, I suppose, melted and reformed into just a single kit or cat. And he was genuinely horrified when he pulled it out. He was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, because then it's just a normal candy bar. Then it's a different... It's a candy bar.
Yeah.
It's not a Kit Kat anymore. It's $100,000. Is that what $100,000 is? It's a Temple Grandin.
$100,000 is what somebody's going to have to pay me to watch another Stephen King movie before, say, 10 years is up.
But we love Kit Kat. It's a great
candy. Hey, Frankie. Welcome
Returning
back.
champion, Frankie Vanaria.
Frankie defeated us yesterday on the podcast and is returning as the points leader.
They wouldn't let me leave. So.
I've kept him locked to a radiator for 24 hours. He hasn't been fed. So we'll see.
But he's been able to drink as much water out of the radiator as he wants.
Yeah. In fact, I've requested that he did. It helps bleed it.
Yeah.
And I've also been dieting, and I look really good now.
Yeah, so. You do look svelte.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's the captive diet. Let's get into it, because we're going to be here for a long time.
Can I start with a thing that I wanted to mention before we do 85 minutes of things that you want to talk about? Which is, I listened to something that I said on one of the... I've listened to parts of some of these podcasts back and then stopped immediately because of how embarrassing. But in one of them, I said something about the cars in The Dark Half and Misery being almost the same car. Because to my eye, they're both cool black old sports cars. But then I don't know if you're hip to this resource. I actually use it kind of a lot. IMCDB. It's the Internet Movie Cars database. They log cars. This feels like I'm doing a bit, but it's a legitimate website and it's great. And I found out that the car in The Dark Half is a 66 Oldsmobile Toronado, and the Misery, it's a 66 also Ford Mustang. But so super different. But there's comments on them. On the people write comments, and under the Ford Mustang, Raul 1983 points out that in the movie they say it's a 65, even though it's a 66. And Mercury Grand Marquis 1 points out that in the book it's a 1974 Camaro. And Godzilla Fan 54 commented, "Do you think the roll totaled the car? The snow hopefully softened the impact." But that was really lovely.
That's
Godzilla
really
fans'
charming. Yeah.
concern for the prop car in
The car.
in Misery.
Yeah. There's all kinds of ways to watch these movies.
Yeah, sometimes you care about the cars.
Next message.
Jason, after editing a few of these podcasts and having to listen to myself a bunch, I have decided to buy a microphone. So I talked to my dad about the kind of microphone that he always had in our basement, and I'm buying one, but I thought I was getting it from someone local, but it turns out they moved, so they're mailing it to me. I don't think I'm going to have it until after we finish recording an episode every day, which feels stupid, but I bought it, so, someday it'll sound better when we're not doing it anymore.
Next message.
Okay, just finished listening to the podcast. It was terrible as usual, but one thing stuck out like a big sore thumb was your guys' incredulity at the term shitters. Shitters was a real, honest-to-God curse word. It was used back at least as late as 1967. I heard it often. It is a term that is usually spouted out by psychotic knife-wielding greasers. And I wanted to just tell you that there are knife-wielding psychotic greasers that were at school. I had a classmate that got stabbed in our sophomore year by one of these shitters.
Next message.
Hey, Jim. Look, I don't want to be an asshole. This is your podcast too. But is it possible? Could you do just so we could listen to it, an alternate edit of tomorrow's episode, where I don't have a chipmunk voice?
All right, we are here
To talk
for
about
a
the
purpose.
mist.
We are no. We are here for a purpose, and that purpose is to determine once and for all what the best Stephen King movie is and what the worst Stephen King movie is. Mm-hmm. We have now successfully watched all 34 of the movies that have been made from Stephen King. You may think that there's more than 34, but I don't know. This bad information gets out there. Don't trust what you read on Wikipedia.
Yeah, don't look at the internet.
This is, anybody can say anything on the internet. There have been 34
Listen to your own
adaptations.
ears. Listen to your own ears right now in this podcast.
We
Listen
watched
to
them
what
all.
they're
That's
telling
it.
you to believe
Yeah.
and think.
Don't you trust your own ears?
So we have for you sports fans out there, we have a whole bracket that's already seated and ready to go, and Frankie's going to be our MC. But to kick us off, to get us in the mood, I'm gonna read from a magazine I bought.
You gonna read a poem?
I was in the grocery store the other day, and I saw that
What were you buying there,
entertainment.
Jason?
I was buying bread.
Oh, a staple.
And probably fruit.
Okay, sure. The story's believable.
I believe I bought an egg sandwich because it was a Wegmans and they had those things.
I like that.
I was going to ask, was it the store from The Mist that you were shopping at?
Oh, Food House? That's the name. I wrote it down.
This sweet local Louisiana brand chips on the shelves.
Wait, is that the name? Sweet local Louisiana?
No, they're like... No, that would be a great name for a chip. No, it was like Caps or Keps or something. It was some local Louisiana chip.
Okay.
They shot in Louisiana. Not Maine.
What?
Places can be other places in movies.
Read me your dumb magazine.
But I was in the checkout line, and I saw that Entertainment Weekly had just put out a big, thick magazine called The Ultimate Guide to Stephen King. And I thought, how fortunate, surreptitious, I should obviously buy that, and we should read it on the podcast. So we're going to read it cover to cover, starting with the indicia.
Index me.
Guys, this is going to be the worst episode we ever did, just so you know.
It's never going to end, and it's going to be dumb.
But the one thing they have in the Ultimate Guide to Stephen King is they have an article called 25 Scariest Moments. It's pulling out the 25 moments from Stephen King movies that are just too frightening.
I'm ready. I'm bolstered. I'm buckled into my chair.
We're gonna go 25 to 1 and see
Freak me out.
We'll see what freaks us out. We'll see how our opinions stack up to their opinions, and then we'll get on to ranking the movies themselves.
Wait, can we just clarify something up front? If we disagree with the magazine, we are wrong?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's Entertainment Weekly, so it's,
This is this week's correct opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Number 25, something called Dolores Claiborne. I think that's an editorial error.
Yeah, that's a mistake. That's not a film that we watched. So let's go to 24.
So, number 24, Salem's Lot.
Okay.
Freshly undead youngster Ralphie Glick floats scratching at his brother's window.
I'm having a hard time knowing,
scene.
Jason, if that is the 24th scariest thing. I feel like I should have prepared a list because I can't. That's an advanced brain function that dropping down to 24 is hard, you know?
Well, I think that basically we just kind of try to keep in mind and see if there's anything low on the list.
I was a little fricked. I'll take that. Sure.
I thought that was a pretty creepy moment. That's definitely up there for me. And I'll see if they successfully name 23 creepier ones as we go along.
Great.
Number 23 is just a moment from a book, so who cares?
It's not a movie. Don't they know that?
Number 22 is from Creepshow.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Jim, it's your favorite scene.
Is it the monkey puppet? What's my favorite scene? Is it the head in the sand? Is it Ted Danson's head in the sand?
It's when E.G. Marshall explodes with roaches.
Oh, yeah. No, they're wrong on that one.
Number 21.
I forgot about that moment. I was so dismayed.
Number 21 is from The Mangler.
Okay.
I'm shocked that The Mangler actually made it onto an Entertainment Weekly list.
Good
shocked
for them.
and pleased.
Good for them.
It's the scene when was it Landry, the old lady, gets swallowed by the machine?
Ms. Gerbley?
Something like that.
Sure, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Number 20 is Sleepwalkers.
The whole movie.
Just the fact that it existed.
Yeah.
The part where the teacher gets his hand bit off.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
As does everything in Sleepwalkers.
Number 19 is the homicidal soda vending machine from Maximum Overdrive.
Okay.
That was real scary. They were throwing sodas.
That's not scary, freaky, or creepy. I don't remember what the adjective was, but I think they're wrong. Fun. I would say it's a romp.
Yeah.
25 rompiest moments.
Number 18 is from The Rage, Carrie 2.
Nope.
Obviously disqualified.
Yeah.
Number 17 is the opening scene to Children of the Corn. When everybody gets stabbed.
Oh.
Or choked or poisoned.
Sure, okay.
Sure.
Why not?
It's not scary. That's why not.
Number 16.
Well played, Frank.
Number 16 appears... I'm not really sure what the rules of this list are, because
Sure.
number 16 appears to be the entire short story of, not the film, but the entire short story of Quitters Incorporated.
It does seem like they're like, hey, here are 25 things we know about Stephen King.
Oh my god! It's the monkey!
From the one that isn't him? Oh! Whoa. Okay, so the monkey from the cover of that movie that isn't actually based on Stephen King is on the cover of the book Skeleton Crew.
It's the monkey that's from the cover of Monkey Shines, which is the George Romero film.
Yes.
But then it's also the monkey in The Devil's Gift.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
And it's on a cover of a Stephen King book.
Before or after The Devil's Gift?
After, because there's a sticker on the book that says, features The Mist, now a TV series event on Spike.
So Stephen King stole it from The Devil's Gift.
Payback, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that the scary moment? Was the monkey on the cover of that book?
That just made this worth it to me.
That whole purchase. How much was that magazine?
I don't want to tell you. Number 15 is the scissors scene in the Dead Zone.
Okay, sure.
Number 14 is from something called Under the Dome. I don't think that exists.
No.
Number 13...
It's Under the Dome is just most of your body.
Oh my god.
Number 13 is the part where the cat eats the hitman in Tales from the Dark Side.
Sure, I'll take that.
Number 12 is when the car runs down one of the dudes, Moochie, the bully, in Christine.
Sure.
In an alley. 11 is another short story that I don't recognize. Moving on.
The page that's facing me right now on your Skype camera says Fear Factory, like the band. Is that number?
That's just the name
number
of
17 is Fear Factory, the band.
It is, yes, exactly. Let's see. Number 10 is Pet Sematary, the book. So who cares?
What are they doing?
I don't know. This is very confusing.
Yeah, man.
Number 9 is again from Creepshow.
Okay.
And it is the I guess just the entire crate story, because they don't actually specify a moment.
They're really bad at lists, huh?
Yeah, they say one of the anthology film's most memorable moments is complete with an abominable monster living inside a wooden crate. And then they just give a plot synopsis of the story.
Is complete with a monster and nobody wrote that, Jason. This magazine was auto-generated by a computer AI. It read the internet and wrote 85 pages about Stephen King.
This magazine is a Keaton Patty tweet. Creepshow 2 is number 8.
The whole movie?
No, the raft.
Oh, that's a weird choice, but sure.
I guess people are afraid of oil.
I mean, not as much as they should be.
Number 7 is the part in 1408 where John Cusack is holding a lamp and sees himself holding a lamp and then almost gets stabbed.
Yeah, okay.
With a hammer.
Yeah. Hammer stabbed.
Number 6 is the last scare in Carrie.
What's the last scare?
Where the hand pops out of the ground in the dream sequence.
Okay, sure.
Number 5.
Ooh, we're getting to the good stuff now.
Mom, Dee Wallace, leans over her son to unbuckle his safety belt. The camera moves up behind her as if ready to attack. And then slobbering Rabbit Cujo the dog, which is capitalized like that's his full name. Cujo the dog almost jumps through little Tad's window.
Cujo the big red dog.
Yeah. It's a pretty sweet black and white glamour shot of slimy
Cooch. A really sad-looking dog with grime on his face.
Why are you making me do this?
I'm not even an actor.
Number 4 is when the tentacles grab the bag boy in the mist.
Boo.
Number 3 is when the little boy at the storm drain in It.
Jason, you know what else happens?
Does not specify which version of It.
Or which boy in the storm drain.
It just says It a little. It's just the Georgie scene.
Can I just go back really quickly and say that in that scene where one of the tentacles grabs that kid in the back room, the first kid in the mist, another tentacle at the same time is grabbing a bag of dog food and aggressively breaking it open towards a bunch of dudes. It's so stupid.
I really did like that.
Yeah.
Because I just assumed the tentacle was like hungry for dog food.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna, because they stack so much dog food
Just
in the
trying to
front
eat
window.
anything, yeah.
I thought the tentacles were gonna start smashing in and eating the dog food bags, and then slowly they would be like, "Oh no, we're out of dog food bags." Now they're gonna make it further into the store. The movie's not that smart. Sorry,
I was upset that it didn't go there.
Yeah, because it's dumb. It's a dumb movie written by a dumb man and directed by the same dumb man.
All right, so we're down to the top 2 because number 3 is It from some version of It. I'm just going to assume they mean the TV movie. Number 2 is from the Tommyknockers.
Jason, I got 4 blue M&Ms, 4 orange M&Ms, and 1 green M&M. What kind of distribution is that?
Oh yeah, Jim's not eating a Kit Kat anymore, everyone, in case you were...
I'm not eating any of the candy, Frankie.
Uh-huh.
I'm unwrapping it and putting it down. I've
can tell
learned
that-
I've learned
tell
to not
them
eat on the
that.
podcast. Do you think the green M&M is a Tommyknocker?
Specifically, it is the dolls from the Tommyknocker.
I mean, that is the weirdest and scariest part of that.
Right, but I would say that the weirdest part and scariest part is not so much that they attack her, but that she has them in the first
No, that
place.
she has a bunch of alive dolls? Yeah, that's the weird, scary part.
And number 1 is Here's Johnny from The Shining.
Okay.
It's fine.
Not even the scariest part in that movie.
No, it's just like a thing. They just wanted to put a picture of Jack Nicholson's face in their dumb magazine.
Yeah.
But if Entertainment Weekly or whatever this is wants to sponsor the podcast, these guys love it.
Then all of your opinions are correct. Oh, that's...
I can never look at the back cover enough, though.
Yeah, that's...
Like a funny photoshopped
like a young
picture.
Stephen King photoshopped onto a motorcycle, photoshopped in front of the gate of his house in a way that's physically impossible.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's really lovely.
You should hang that on the wall.
I just might.
Yeah. Frame it in honor of the year you've lost off your life doing this podcast.
Next message.
Hey, Jim. I sent you a couple texts. I didn't hear back. I figured maybe you're on set. But I just wanted to leave a voicemail, make sure you got the message. I can totally record tonight. So whenever you're back from the shoot, let me know, and then I'll let you know when Gus is asleep and I'm all set up to go. But the only only problem is I did not get to watch the movie, and I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance before we record. So I might just have to fake this one. Wikipedia summaries exist, and you just might have to carry it. So, but yeah, let me know when you're back, and we'll talk tonight. Later, bud.
Next message.
I saw you call, but I didn't pick up because I am in the shower right now. Try me again, and hopefully I will get you, cause I wanna hear those brain powers flow. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh.
All right, that was an example of what those so-called professionals on Madison Avenue think about this stuff.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into the real meat and potatoes. We're gonna get into the blood match.
The nerdy grody.
I still haven't decided if I'm gonna score this with Street Fighter music or with Samurai Showdown from the Ghost Dog soundtrack. But we'll see. One way or the other.
Of those?
No. Sorry, I meant the Meat Strider soundtrack.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the Hamurai Chowdown from Ghost Hot Dog.
I do love that Hamurai Chowdown scene.
It's a Hamurai Chowdown,
Yeah.
Chowdown.
Just four guys in kimonos trying to eat the most ham.
Here to help us with the bracket is the lovely and talented Frankie.
I got a bracket. I'm gonna break it. I'm so knackered.
So vocally grumbling at me from across the room.
He hates it.
All right, so the way we're going to do this is we are going to try to do it from the bottom up. Yeah, so
Wait,
we'll
from
start
the
with
worst movie to the best?
Well, no, there's...
Sorry, I don't know how a bracket works.
You don't need to.
Neither do I, Jim.
You don't need to. I've already set it up. The movies are all matched up. All we're going to do is read the pairs and talk about which one gets to go on to the next round. And then I'll just keep a little losers bracket over here so we can decide who's the worst out of all of them.
Oh, Jason wrote my name in the losers bracket already.
Yeah.
Real rude.
He also
you're the
wrote
worst of all of them.
The listeners of the podcast are the real losers.
That's so true.
All right. So take us away, Frankie. What's our first match?
Okay, your first match is 1408 and Thinner. Who's it going to be, boys?
1408. Wait, are we saying the better one or the worst one?
The better one.
Yeah, 1408.
Yeah, I think better. I think 1408 definitely. I don't have a lot of argument there. Thinner was funny and charming.
Thinner is funny and charming. 1408 is moderately effective, even though it's boring.
So then our next is between Silver Bullet and Needful Things.
That's a tough. Why did you match those up in the first round, Jason?
I have my methods.
I don't like this matchup.
This might actually be an early tiebreaker that we're gonna need because I have my feelings. Although it's tough. Overall, I'm gonna say I really like Needful Things as a movie better.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Needful Things has anything as great as the werewolf stealing a man's bat in a fog.
I know, and that's what I do. I feel like Needful Things is the more cohesive film. I think it depends on if you're here for a good time or a long time, Jason. I think that Silver Bullet is more of a joyful romp, and I'm gonna go for Silver Bullet.
I'm gonna go for Needful Things, so we're gonna have to call on Frankie to make the tie-breaking vote early on.
Yeah, number
Contention
2.
in the ranks.
I do feel like I'm on Sports Center already.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
I appreciate it.
We're all as uncomfortable as possible. I'm going to go with Needful Things because I just listened to that episode with Logan.
Rah.
So Needful Things wins.
All right,
I
Silver
quit.
Bullet goes in the losers bracket. It's a boring movie, Jim.
Silver Bullet?
Yeah.
Disagree.
The Dead Zone and Firestarter.
Oh, Dead Zone.
Seems like an easy one.
Yeah.
Dead Zone.
You lose.
Christine and Sleepwalkers.
Christine.
You think for sure?
Yeah, I think Sleepwalkers is a fascinating specimen, but I mean, I said this a couple episodes ago. I think Christine is one of the maybe 5 movies we've seen that 100% crystallizes into the best thing it can be.
Yeah, you are a lot higher on Christine than I am. I think it's good, but it's not. It doesn't like thrill me. But I do have to say I think it's a better movie than Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, I mean, Sleepwalkers is mostly good as a cultural event.
Yeah, my feelings about Sleepwalkers have not fully formed, I think, and may never fully form.
They never will.
I'm gonna let Christine go, but just with a little asterisk on that one because I feel like maybe we're wrong. Maybe we just don't understand.
I'll acknowledge that. I'll acknowledge that perhaps we're incorrect. That maybe we can only fully understand Sleepwalkers while we're dreaming.
Yeah.
Cat's Eye and The Dark Half.
Reveal.
I'm gonna go Dark Half. I feel like this is gonna be another fight, though.
No, it's not. It's good. It's definitely going to be The Dark Half. I really was charmed by Cat's Eye. I liked it a lot. I'm sorry to see it go down in the first round, but Dark Half.
You set up the bracket.
Really good.
You could have put it against Cujo.
Yeah, but I can't put everything against Cujo.
You could have put everything against Cujo in the first round.
I also tried really hard to not seed this based on my own feelings. This is based on
Just facts.
General ranking of these movies by movie fans.
It and Secret Window.
It's the 1990 It, obviously.
Yeah.
and Secret Window.
Can I push just the first half of it?
No, you have to take the whole thing, but I will take the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still take it over Secret Window.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. It's in my brain, I'm like, the first half of it versus Mississippi. And no, we'll go it.
I guess Creepshow and the 1997 Shining.
But that's
Creepshow
for sure. That's not even a question.
No, yeah.
Creepshow
Shining
movie,
is like bottom 5, I'm going to say.
It must be.
Yeah.
Creepshow, a movie that we could barely contain how much joy it gave us, versus a movie that we almost killed ourselves instead of finished watching.
Yeah.
Carrie and the Mangler.
Fight! Oh, Mangler.
Yeah, easy.
Carrie's fine. The Mangler is great.
Oh, that gives me a lot of joy how easily Carrie just went on the loser's bracket. Because of my irrational grudge against it.
If people knew that we were going to do this in this episode, they could have just skipped every other episode. We're giving the one-sentence rundown of all of our opinions.
They probably did anyway.
Okay, good. I hope you all skipped everything else.
The Running Man and Sometimes They Come Back.
Ooh, this is a tough one for me, Jace.
That is weirdly tough.
Yeah.
I feel like I know in my heart where I go with it, but...
Is it The Running Man?
It's The Running Man,
yeah.
But The Running Man's real dumb.
It is so dumb.
But
and
it's so much more fun.
Such promise, you know?
It does.
Here's the thing, Jason, is The Running Man is another movie. I'm not including this in my list, but I don't know that The Running Man could be much better than it is, you know? It's sort of peak The Running Man, but it's also not great. It's good. It's got good stuff. But Sometimes They Come Back could be such a good movie. But I think as they stand, I think it's got to be The Running Man. I think as The Stand, Stephen King's The Stand, it's got to be The Running Man.
It's got to be The Running Man.
By Richard Bachman.
Pet Cemetery, at the one that was not the recent one.
The only one,
Children.
yeah.
The only one.
Yeah. Pet Cemetery, for sure.
Children of the Corn.
Oh, yeah, Pet Cemetery, for sure. With an honorable mention to the digital effect monster and creepy child priest.
Yeah.
Tiger! All right. Salem's Lot and The Devil's Gift.
I mean,
Salem's Lot.
That's not really a...
Okay.
Unless it's the worst moment of Salem's Lot versus the first 45 seconds of The Devil's Gift, and then maybe, who knows?
Sonic Boom!
Maximum Overdrive and The Mist. I wonder how this is going to play out.
The Mist, easy. Obviously, The Mist.
Okay, so...
Wait, what?
Uppercut!
I'm writing down... I'm
kidding, Jason. I'm kidding.
Son of a bitch!
It's clearly Maximum Overdrive. It is good. The Mist is terrible.
That's a good matchup, too, because they're both bottle movies. Like, they're both movies about people trapped in a place by an omnipresent force.
Yeah, those are good thematically. In one of them, it's some monsters, and the other one, it's trucks.
Okay, so we all decided that The Mist was the better one.
You didn't decide, Frankie. You're an impartial judge.
That is absolutely not true. So yes, for the audience, I did put down Maximum Overdrive. I'm not impartial, but I have ethics. Creepshow 2 and Cujo.
Oh, Creepshow 2.
Oh, Creepshow 2 makes it past the first round.
Yeah, good job, Creepshow 2.
You win!
Tales from the Dark Side and Night Flyer.
Oh, Night Flyer.
Night Flyer.
I have some affection for Tales from the Dark Side. I think more than you, Jason, but definitely Night Flyer.
No, I mean, it was good. I think by the time I got to it in the 3 movies, I was just pretty toast.
I wish Buster Poindexter were also in The Night Flyer.
So, next up,
As the Night
Lawnmower
Flyer.
Man.
Give me your blood, blood, blood.
We're just gonna let Jim sing through this until he's ready to act like an adult.
Good luck waiting for that. It's not gonna be for a really long time.
Hey, why don't you find your cat again, Jim, and we'll take care of the rest.
I know where it is now. It's on my couch.
Okay. Lawnmower Man and Dreamcatcher.
Ooh.
Okay, wait. Are we ranking director's cut Lawnmower Man, or do we have to go theatrical because of rules?
Ooh, that's a good question that I don't have the answer to. I feel like you can rank it however you want. I've only seen the theatrical cut.
I've only seen the director's cut.
So I think we're just based on that.
Yeah.
That's a really...
That's
gotta
a
go
pretty tight
Lawnmower Man.
matchup. I think I'm gonna go Lawnmower Man too. It's like more of a bonkers good time. But I do...
It is.
I do have some love for Dreamcatcher.
I have some love for Dreamcatcher. Lawnmower Man has somewhat more of a full soul behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas Dreamcatcher is like a glimpse of something really
Yes.
fun and bonkers. Lawnmower Man is just
It's full on.
top to bottom.
Yeah, agreed.
Graveyard Shift and the Tommy Knockers.
I'm not even going to answer that one.
So, should I put the Mist down for this one too?
Yeah, please. Are we going to go both ways to determine the absolute worst film, or are we just going up from here?
No, I want to go both ways.
Okay.
Actually, why don't we do the worst first? I have that written over here.
Okay.
Thinner versus the Tommy Knockers.
Tommy Knockers is worse. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Are we saying the worst
Yeah.
now?
Well, either one. We can say which one's worse or which one's...
Thinner's better.
Okay.
I just figured if we were growing in the opposite direction, it'd be easier to...
Yeah, no, I like that.
Okay, Thinner. Wait, Tommy
Okay,
Knockers.
Silver Bullet. Okay, cool. Silver Bullet versus Dreamcatcher.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
You write down the better ones, I'll write down the lower ones.
I mean, I think Silver Bullet's worse, but I think it's got better moments.
It is really hard. I'm not even sure what, God, that's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked watching Dreamcatcher more overall.
Yeah.
But Silver
I think
Bullet
it's more
does have
cohesive.
more bright moments.
Yeah.
But I feel like I gotta give it Dreamcatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Firestarter versus Tales from the Dark Side.
This is another one where I think Firestarter is better overall, but I think Tales from the Dark Side has better bits. But I guess I'm going to go Firestarter's better.
Oh, really? Because I'm going to go Tales from the Dark Side because I didn't enjoy Firestarter
Oh,
at
right.
all.
You hated it a lot. Frankie, it's up to you.
We'll say Firestarter.
Okay.
All right.
As was I saying that was the better?
The better one, yeah.
I don't know. Jason got to decide.
No, Firestarter wins that one. Tales from the Dark Side stays in the loser's bracket. Sleepwalkers versus Cujo.
Cujo is worse.
And yeah, absolutely.
Cujo's bottom of the pile. It's for sure.
Finally, Sleepwalkers gets to win a battle.
I know. Good job.
Cat's Eye versus The Mist.
The Mist is way worse.
I mean, I think we might be objectively wrong in that one, but also fuck The Mist. So Cat's Eye
Yeah, but
gets
like
to go.
what object? What object are we disagreeing with?
Secret Window versus The Devil's Gift. I might go Devil's Gift on this
I'm
one.
gonna go Devil's Gift on this one too, man.
Devil's Gift gets picked back up from the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
1997 Shining versus Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn is better.
I go Children of the Corn. Yeah. And then carry versus sometimes they come back.
Ooh, I might say sometimes they come back. Does that make me a heathen?
It makes you my best friend. Sometimes they come back. It is. All right. So let's go back to the main bracket, and then we'll return to these.
Okay, we're going to bounce back and forth.
Yeah, we're going to bounce back and forth.
I dig it.
Next message.
Look, I assume he's calling you too. But your dad's corrective voicemails to me have gotten really aggressive. And I was hoping maybe you could talk to him about just either, if he's going to keep doing it, at least toning it down a little bit. He's just been getting really mean.
Next message.
Hey, just touching base. Let me know when you are off tonight. I am watched up through the whole next week, and I think I saw on the spreadsheet that you are too. So, if you're good to go, like pretty late tonight, I think we could knock out the whole next week, and then not have to worry about recording again and for days. Yeah, let me know what you want to do. I don't have anything going on tomorrow, so I can go as late as you want. We can like plan out 4 or 5 of them tonight, and we'll just release them on the right days. But all right, talk to you soon, bud. Bye.
Next message.
Jason, someone smashed a window sometime last night, so I'm replacing it, and I just picked up a piece of glass from the glass place and drove all the way back, and the glass is the wrong size. I should have measured it before I left, because it's just 10 inches smaller. It's significant enough that I should have noticed that it wasn't the piece of glass that I needed. Anyway, I am getting another piece of glass, and then I have to get it in place, and then I will be done. And then I will be done. Wait, what's that God poem people say? Oh man, that's embarrassing that I don't remember that anymore. I will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Next message.
Hey, dude, I was just looking at the spreadsheets, and it looks like the Lawnmower Man is back on the schedule. Did you do that?
Next message.
Folks are calling me Gramps on account of my cramps, always pointing at the internet saying, "What is this?" and hobbling around with a torn meniscus.
Next message.
Hey, Jim.
Next message.
Jason, I think...
Next message.
Jason, I was just talking to Amanda, who we had on the show. You know who Amanda is. And she agrees that I am probably haunted, and that's why my watches keep dying and my phone keeps fritzing out, and everything electronic that is within a reasonable distance of my body fritzes out on.
Next message.
Jim, I just learned 2 facts that we gotta drop in somewhere. One is that Misery was originally intended to be a Bachman book, which makes complete sense if you think about it, because basically the Dark Cap is like another Misery, and it's this Kathy Bates is the original Dark Cap, so she's the alternate number torturing the famous writer. But it was right around that time that Bachman got found out and King dropped the name, and so Misery came out as a Stephen King book, even though it had been written to Bachman. So we should mention that somewhere. I just fix it into the unified theory of King. The other thing I just found out is that Pat Hingle essentially shadow-directed part of Maximum Overdrive because he was the one who, like, when Stephen King didn't know like really basic stuff about directing a movie because, you know, they gave him a movie to direct when he'd never done it before, would teach him like what a pickup shot was and how to stage a scene so that you could get coverage and like what to tell actors to do and how to position cameras. So this is from King himself. It's from that interview I was listening to. He credits Pat Hingle with basically teaching him how to make a movie. So Pat Hingle, already a hero, but even more so than we could have ever expected. I just realized that this is how much this project has colonized my brain, that I'm calling you when we're not recording to tell you facts about Stephen King. I'm gonna go drink some bleach.
Next message.
Jason, I think Jeff Fay is editing our documents through the internet.
Next message.
Okay, here we go again. I thought I had this settled with you guys when I talked to you about shitters and psychotic knife-wielding greasers and laid to rest, the fallacies you had about that. Now you're going on about mackerel snappers. Okay? Stephen King did not make this up. Stephen King can't make up shit. He just writes what he hears and what he sees. Okay? And he's writing about mackerel snappers because he heard that used as a slur to denigrate a Roman Catholic at some point in time. Because that is what it is. It is a slur based on the fact that Catholics had to eat fish on Fridays and could not have any other kind of meat. And so there became mackerel snappers. Okay, I hope that cleared that up. I don't want to have to go through this again. Take a moment, take a breath, think about what you're saying before you go into it, okay? All right. Thanks a lot. I'll listen to the next one. Bye-bye.
So then it's going to be these. Or wait. Where did that...
So, we just did these. So these two are here.
Yeah, those would
And
be.
then 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
But then this never got... No, this has to go against this.
So, okay, so we haven't done the against each other. So...
Once upon a time, this made sense too. Because this is that one.
This
and
is
then
out.
this came out here.
Right.
And then this. Oh, these have to go against each other
Right.
here.
And
Okay.
then these two. Right.
Wait, no, these are supposed to go against each other, I think. When did we do these?
I'm gonna go make a veggie burger. You guys just
You probably have time, Jim, I have to say.
Yeah, so this should go against this, and this should go against this. But then these should have gone against each other. Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't it? I'm so confused. What did we do? We don't know how these things work. Alright, hold on. We're gonna I'm gonna just write down these matchups. No, I still need to see that because otherwise I don't know what it is. Okay, so then we have our final 4 for our worst ofs and our final 4 for our best ofs, and everything else is just going to kind of be a word salad in the middle.
Yeah, the rest of the episode you could just play at quadtuple speed. Is that a word? Quadtuple?
Yeah. And when I post it,
quadruple speed.
I got quadtuplets. I can't even say it as a joke because it's so weird. Where's the oh, there it is. Okay.
Frankie, thank you for coming back for our worst possible episode. It was a really lovely thing of you to do.
It's been a pleasure, Jim. So honored to wait an entire month to be able to come on.
And wait another month while we sort out a bracket.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You should just leave the bit in where we took like 20 minutes to fix the bracket.
Oh, for sure.
I think.
We should put in the sound of my feet going down a hallway. The camera should follow me down to cook a burger and come back.
Yeah. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot better than some of these movies you guys watched.
Fact. On account of it would be 8 minutes long. I don't know if you know this, Frankie, but television's The Shining is 6 hours with commercials.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere. I think it was from YouTube. But still haven't watched it.
No, don't.
All right, so... Oops.
Whoa.
All right, so we'll do both of these the same way, middle against middle, top against top, and then that'll give us our final pairings for each one. Do you want to do the top or the bottom first?
Bottom. Let's do the bottom. Right?
Okay.
Is that more exciting? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. We'll find out what the worst is, and then we find out what the best is.
Okay. This is the matchup that I care most about out of all of them.
Should we just give what the final 4 are for each side?
Sure.
Yeah, can you say it dramatically with music, though?
Okay. So,
So the final 4 for the worst Stephen King movie of all time
are Secret Window, The Mist, Cujo, Tommyknockers.
I feel like Secret Window's getting a little bit of
system
a raw
works.
deal, but yeah.
No, that movie
You don't
was
think so?
bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was
but does it
one
feel
of the
like,
worst movies we watched.
like
for
number 4
sure.
worst bad? I mean, yeah, maybe.
We can look at the stuff in the middle and see if there's anything we'd put over
No,
it, but
you're
I don't
probably
think
right.
so.
You're probably correct. So what do we do this like we've been doing one-on-one?
Yeah, he's
going to
give us matchups.
Okay,
I just wanted to know what the final 4 were.
Okay. So, with that list
feel
in
bad
mind.
for John Turturro.
Okay. Real Turturro head over here.
Yeah.
The Mist and Cujo are matched up first.
I mean, Cujo's worse.
Yeah, Cujo's definitely worse. I hate to give the Mist anything after all it took from me.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's been like 3 days, man.
But
you
like
gotta get over
that scene where he beats the
It was
pterosaur with a mop
yesterday.
handle, you know?
Yeah.
It has. There were 2 moments of adrenaline for me in The Mist.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore. What's next?
Tommyknockers and Secret Window.
Ooh.
I think Secret
Here's your
Window
chance,
is better
man.
on account of Turturro.
Yeah.
Turturro.
Yeah.
It says
I think that's
6
right.
R's in it. Turturro.
I think that's right. So now each pair goes up against
John
the other.
Turturro.
So like that and that.
Okay.
And that'll give us our rankings.
John.
So
these are for the
Hero.
2 bottom and the 2 before it.
Okay.
Zip.
So do these first and then the final one.
Okay. So Secret Window versus The Mist.
Secret Window is better than The Mist.
Oh, it's not.
Really?
I have to give it that. Secret Window was terrible.
So was The Mist.
I'm still under its spell.
All right, then I guess The Mist wins because Frankie thinks it's a good movie.
That's right. For the record, I don't think it's a good movie. I think it has good parts.
Has a full chest tattoo of The Mist. You can't see it on the podcast, but he won't put a shirt on. So I've been looking at it this whole time.
I fully thought you were going to say Frankie has a full chub from The Mist.
No, I'm the gross one.
Yeah, Jason's the lewd one. I'm family friendly.
All right, let's get at the showdown. This is for all the marbles. This is for the worst Stephen King movie of all time.
Well, we're almost there.
It's Cujo.
Cujo. Well,
no, this is the finalist right here. This is it.
Okay. So Cujo and Tom. So Cujo, we're sure on that then.
What was the other option?
I'm not sure, man. It's Cujo versus the
Tommyknockers.
The Tommyknockers.
I think Cujo's worse than the Tommyknockers.
I don't. I think the Tommyknockers was real long and boring.
Yeah, but it has the lipstick gun.
Oh, it has a lipstick gun. You're right. Cujo's the worst.
Okay.
Put that dog down.
Yeah.
So then
it's
Tommyknockers
is number 2, and then Secret Windows number 3, and The Mist is number 4.
I feel like y'all are being real generous to The Mist, but
for that it's the 4th worst movie.
yeah.
So Cujo is the worst. Tommyknockers, Secret Window, and The Mist.
Yeah, Cujo number 34 with a bullet.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to our final 4 on top.
Who cares?
What do we got on the list here, Frankie?
Okay, so we have.
Try to keep the energy up here, Jim.
Yeah. Have a 4th veggie burger.
You can't just shake your head. It doesn't scan on the podcast.
Yeah, it's the least energy I can offer. Is nothing.
So for this last matchup here, we have The Shining, Night Flyer, Mangler, and Dead Zone.
Yeah.
So
that
is a real reasonable.
Right.
I honestly feel like Graveyard Shift should be up there, but
Graveyard Shift is up there. What? How did we lose that? Oh, right, because we made... It is, because we didn't decide between Graveyard Shift and Dead Zone, so Graveyard Shift is
6.
on there. So it's the last 5, so it's an odd number. So we're going to have to figure something out about that, because we refused to let them go.
Yeah. Someone wanted to play by the rules, and 2 other people didn't.
Wait, who were those people in your example?
All right.
Just say.
So, if we just do it from the middle, then the Mangler gets a bye. And then it's going to be those 2 and then those 2.
Okay. So, Dead Zone and Night Flyer.
I think Dead Zone's better than Night Flyer. I love Night Flyer, but Dead
Zone's
Zone
definitely better than Night
What's
Flyer.
wrong with Dead Zone? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with Dead Zone.
And then what do we have next?
Graveyard Shift and Shining.
The Graveyard Shift.
I think you're right. Shining has the pedigree, and it's hard to say no to The Shining, but Graveyard Shift has my heart.
Look, they're all in the top 5, so there's no crying
losers here.
Okay.
So now we're down to the Mangler, the Graveyard Shift, and the Dead Zone. If we go by the rules I've been using in this completely nonsense system where we just let 2 movies go without fighting, the Dead Zone's in the middle, and so it would get the bye into first place. And then it's just between the Mangler and the Graveyard Shift for 2nd and 3rd.
I mean, there's no version of these top 3 that doesn't give me a little bit of heartache.
Yeah. But I think Dead Zone...
I think the order you just said might be the correct order.
I think it might be. I think I'm going Mangler over Graveyard Shift.
Yeah. I think it's Dead
and
Zone
Dead
top,
Zone
Mangler.
over both. So
Graveyard
we
Shift.
have our winner. We have our number 1 top 5s here. Let's see. Oh, we have to do
Shining.
4th and 5th. So here we go. Here's our showdown for 4th and 5th place.
Show me down.
Shining and Night Flyer.
I feel like The Shining's probably better than The Night Flyer.
It is. Yeah. Even though I love the Night Flyer.
Yeah.
But that's our count us up from 5, Frankie, to number 1.
Number 5.
Do it like you're David Letterman.
Didn't he do something bad that he got in trouble for?
Letterman, did he?
I don't know. He probably did.
I thought he just had a stalker. I thought he was a real sweetheart, that guy.
They've all got something in the closet, you know, Jim. We're all
like a
adults
fancy
here.
suit.
So, fanciest of suits, Night Flyer is number 5. Shining, number 4. Graveyard Shift, number 3. Mangler, number 2. And number 1, you waited an entire month for this, The Dead Zone.
Yeah.
We have nothing to offer. No reward. No reward.
We did it! We made the thing that we said when we talked about the Dead Zone the first time true the time we talked about the Dead Zone the last time.
Did we say that it was the best one the first time?
We did.
Yeah, well, good for us. We were right.
We were like, I think this is the best one. And then it was.
Yeah.
Next message.
Jim, I had a vision last night. I won't call it a dream because maybe my body was asleep, but my mind and my soul were fully awake. We were making a film. We were adapting the Pixies song, Mr. Greaves, into a feature film. And we had, through some combination of inspiration, luck, and determination, managed to cast Stephen King as Mr. Greaves. Now, in the song, Mr. Greaves is an abstract embodiment of death. He's resonant with imagery of the collision between man and nature, serial killers, Jack the Ripper, mass extinction events, but all set to a very upbeat and frenetic rhythm. We felt it was the perfect match of tonal qualities, this perfect blend for both us and for Stephen King. But when we went to the studio, who had hired us in the first place to do this, they looked at us grimly and said we were too late. There was already a film of Mr. Greaves. It had come out years ago. It was hailed as a classic. And how dare we even think of making another one? But we calmly explained to them, no, you don't understand. This time we're doing it right. This time we have the real Mr. Greaves. Look, he's in the song. And we turned our heads, us and the executives, to look at a stereo in the corner that was playing the song. And somehow we could see inside the song. And inside the song, in a wooden chair, in a black suit, sat Stephen King. And he smiled at us warmly.
So then the bottom 9. These are the 9 worst Stephen King movies according to the internet.
The Dum-Dums Online.
Maximum Overdrive.
Dumb.
Sleepwalkers.
Dumb.
Firestarter. The Shining 1997.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
The Mangler.
No.
Below the 1997 The Shining.
Here. Get out of here,
The Graveyard Shift.
Shut up.
Lawnmower Man.
No.
Dreamcatcher. And the Tommyknockers all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, that movie's very bad.
Yeah. But the internet has consigned some beautiful movies to oblivion.
Right.
And we've rescued them here tonight.
Yeah, we've rectified the problems of the Stephen King universe.
Rectified your problems.
Shut up.
I thought they were going to make it without saying that joke, but it was written in big letters on the desk in front of us. And just had to pull the trigger.
I have it taped to to a paper clown with a real clown nose on it.
Rectified, damn near kildified.
Do we have any closing thoughts on this thing that's broken us down so far? It's been a month, Jim. Frankie, you've been with us in spirit all month.
Yeah. I think you two are the two most beautiful souls I've ever seen go through something that absolutely did not deserve people of your intelligence and spirit doing it, but God love you for doing it.
It's very generous of you.
I appreciate the compliment, but I think the existence of this podcast is evidence number A
we deserve
against our intelligence.
Well.
Next message.
Jim, I'm driving around the New England fall. The sky is gray and opaque. Spots of darker clouds against an inscrutable blank slate backdrop. And the leaves are all turning various hues along the autumnal spectrum of the color wheel. It's a light rain falling. I'm driving along and I'm just wondering what we've done here. You and I. What was this? 31 days of did we do something good? Something bad? We add to the sum total of human happiness or human misery. Maybe New England just makes you think this way. But I'm not sure, my friend. Not sure.
Next message.
Stephen King writes so fast, so much, and it seems like his work is of wildly varying quality. But it has this underlying heart to it, right? And that's, I think, why people sort of laud him as a consistently heroic figure. Even though some of his books are clearly bad. And so I feel like it's correct that we're doing a podcast every single day and just letting some of them be boring or terrible, because our hearts are there no matter what. And so we're doing it in the same way Stephen King is doing it. By the King metric, I think we are good.
Jim, if we stop making this podcast, will we still exist?
No.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You both have said you want to die on the podcast before, so...
Still true.
I think we said it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Frankie, after being on it for 2 days, do you also want to die?
I think he just wants a sandwich.
I wanted to die before I was on the podcast, so I can't say that this is responsible for it, but it didn't help.
Okay, could you just don't sue us.
No.
Frankie just became unplugged.
That's right.
But he's not fixing it.
He's gone rogue.
He's off the grid. All right. Happy November. What are you going to do now? Eat some turkey? Go for it. Just making a face at me?
Yeah. I don't want no turkey.
No, I know you're not going to eat turkey.
I want to have a...
I wasn't talking to you.
What was the ham competition we were talking about?
I remember. Oh, Hammerite Chowdown.
Cram the ham.
Hammerite Chowdown.
Oh, yeah, Hammerite Chowdown. That's what I do every year for Thanksgiving.
The Code of Hammurabi. Eventually, will somebody come and tell us we're done?
I hope so, man. Because otherwise, how do we stop? The death knell. Knell to the king. Good luck editing this pile of garbage.
Check out our new podcast in Grishvember.
What does John Grisham write? The Pelican Brief?
Yeah. It's not about a bird.
Or underwear?
No. It's not about underwear made of birds.
Underwear where you can store a ton of stuff in a pouch right in front of your penis.
He was firm in his Pelican Brief. My client.
Pelican Brief does sound like a product made for well-endowed men. Jason, I was... Frankie, you mentioned big dick energy earlier. Which
Frankie's still not plugged in.
I haven't
I can't hear you.
It's fine. He mentioned it earlier in that...
How should I be acting so that Jim feels?
I'll interpret.
It reminded me that I feel like big dick energy sounds like the name of the host of a pro Cole educational video from 1957.
He's asking me to do something. The answer is no.
I'm trying to charades it.
Yeah, I see it.
It's not going
I think you did a good job. Jason, will you, with your hands, tell Frankie that I think he's lovely.
I'm scared now. More scared than I've ever been.
He's not very good at this game.
Oh, no. Okay, that... I don't know sign language, but your gestures and Jim's face are throwing me off.
What do you think we said?
I wanted to interpret love, but nothing that Jim was doing sounded like that.
That's welcome to every relationship I've ever had.
So...
Okay.
How do we wrap up the whole
Stop
podcast?
Doing this?
Yeah.
I think Sheila just chooses an edit point and then it goes
Hell to the King is a special presentation of the Cinesthesia podcast and Split Tooth Media. Hell to the King is generated independently in your corpus corvosa and can't be heard by anyone else outside of your own brain. And then Frankie says a quote from the episode, and then we...
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's how we end the episode.
Yeah.
Next message.
And yes, baseball players did used to stick their hats into their belt loop or into the side of the pants.
Hope everything is alright. Hope everything is alright. What's that floating in the water? Oh, Neptune's only daughter. I believe in Mr. Greaves, that poor man in the middle.
You have just finished listening to Hell to the King, a special presentation of the Cinesthesia podcast, produced by Iguanadonald Studios, and distributed by Split Tooth Media. To listen again, remove the cassette from your tape player, turn it over, and reinsert the cassette. Music by Soft Healer and the Cocktails. The King is dead. Long live the King.
Were you just singing this song? Yeah, can you sing it again? What was the song about? Yeah? Can you sing that part again? The Spooky Skull part?
Cinesthesia.